What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's start off with a little bit of housekeeping. So we're going to go over our wins from yesterday, and then we're going to pick our winner from yesterday's free VIP. So yesterday was a phenomenal day. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys my picket from yesterday. This is to start June. Now, I will say this does not include my sports book. I play on Bovada. I do not have Bovada connected to Picket, but you can see right here for the first day of June, we profited 1.4K on our Picket apps. Then I'm going to show you the Bovada. So yesterday, Bovada, I bet $550. Our net activity was $1,100 profit with $1,600 total won. So obviously you do $1,654 minus $550 gives you the $1,104. That's how much we profited on Bovada last night. So that being said, day one of June was a $2,500 profit day with a round robin sweep over here on Prizepicks. You can see we had a 4-man round robin, which means I played these in every single combination possible. And yeah, we cashed pretty much every single one of these slips. We'll go from the beginning: 75 for 150, 75 for 150, 75 for 225, 75 for 150, 75 for 150, for 150, 243, 243, 375. And I played that same slip with the 40% profit boost over on Prizepicks, $20 to win 140. I also, to make things even better, I gave you guys 2 or 3 slips in our video yesterday. Chris Paddock, Holmes, and Elder was one of the slips, which cashed. So if you guys got to play that slip on Chalkboard, you did get to cash out. I gave you guys another slip on Parlay play that I'm going to be honest with you guys. I forgot to take that slip that I locked in on video, and I forgot to post it in the Discord. So I didn't post this winning slip in the Discord. So unfortunately, I don't have that posted here. But what it was Bryce Elder with 15.5 pitching outs. And then I think he was with Clay Holmes. I believe that's who I paired him with. And I locked it in live on video, 75 to win like $240 or something like that. And it cashed us out. So cashed 2 of 3 slips for you guys. Obviously, we missed the sweep yesterday just because we had Clay Holmes pitcher win with a, who was it? Who did we pair him with? We paired him with Gaussman. Kevin Gaussman could not get the pitcher win. He got lit up yesterday. He struggled big time. Couldn't even finish 5 innings. So Gaussman did sell our sweep yesterday. But overall, yesterday was just a phenomenal day. So if you guys do want to get all of our plays, click that link down in the description. Come join our Discord. Get our WAP. You pay through WAP to get the VIP section. The Discord's free to join without the VIP section. So there's 2 areas you guys can be a part of. But I recommend joining the VIP section to get all of our plays. It's $10 a week or $25 a month, which is less than $1 a day. So really, really good price in my opinion for what you're going to be getting. Our community has been absolutely phenomenal lately, and we'd love to have you guys a part of that. So a link for that is down in the description. You can get a free month signing up for any partnered app. This includes Parlay Play, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Better, NOVIG, and Dabble. If you don't have any of those 7 apps I just mentioned, just sign up using our code, make a $10 minimum deposit, and we will get you guys added for a free month, and we'd love to have you guys in there. You get up to 7 full months for free. So that being said, I'm going to close out all these winning slips. I know that was a lot. But I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month. So, and I went ahead and did this preemptively, or I guess that's probably not the right word to use. But anyways, I did this ahead of time, just in case our comment picker doesn't work. I got it pulled up on the other one, just to save myself and you guys a little bit of time. So let's pick our winner from yesterday. If this video gets 300 likes, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month. So make sure you guys get it to 300. If we don't get 300 likes, nobody's going to win. So smash the like button, drop a comment. You got to be a subscriber to win. So make sure you guys are subscribed, and let's pick our winner from yesterday. So winner is 4, and it does seem that this platform is not going to work for me again. I don't know why it's not working. I'm not sure if it's working for anybody else, but for me, it's just not doing it. So we'll pick the winner from this website over here then. We'll use this comment picker, which is the OG. Winner is going to be Elijah Ayala. I don't know how to say your last name, man. I'm just going to call you Elijah. So Elijah, send me a message on Discord, man. He said, if y'all haven't joined VIP, y'all are missing out big time. So he's already in VIP. Dude has been cashing out with us. Apparently he's enjoying his time. First of all, quick disclaimer. I do not tell anybody to go drop comments or go give reviews or anything like that. Anybody that does it is on their own time. So I do appreciate you, Elijah, and I appreciate everybody going and posting their wins because it does help us out a lot. And I do appreciate every single one of you for real. So Elijah, you do get yourself a free month of VIP, my man. I appreciate you so much. Send me a message on Discord, and I will get you added for that free month. So anyways, guys, let's jump into these picks for today. So I've got 5 picks for today's MLB slate. It is not a big slate, so not a whole lot to choose from. I got 2 pitcher wins. which are going to be a really high payout. And then I've got 3 other plays that we'll go over here in just a minute. But that being said, let's jump into our first play of the day. So the first play of the day is going to be the Twins pitcher. We're going with our man Joe Ryan. So for the ones who don't know baseball and they asked me to talk about the team, Joe Ryan plays for the Minnesota Twins, who are playing against the A's tonight. So we're taking Joe Ryan. I'm locking him in over 17.5 pitching out. So I like this play a lot. He's cashed it 5 straight games. He did struggle to begin the season, but he's cashed it 6 of 10 games on the season. So he has 2 games this season where he pitched a full 7 innings. They're going against Oakland. The A's are not an extremely good offensive team. Now, they're middle of the pack in a lot of things. Their OPS is actually top 10. So they do have a really high – they have some sluggers on their team for sure. 251 batting average, a 319 OBP, and their OPS is a 737, which is pretty high up there. If you look at Joe Ryan has been a pretty high strikeout pitcher, strikes out 1 of every 3 batters. If you look at him on the season, he's 5-2. He had a 2.57 ERA with 10.29 strikeouts per 9 innings. So well over a strikeout per inning pitcher. His whip is a .83. He has been dealing this season, especially as of lately. He's averaging 89.3 pitches per game. So his leash isn't the longest. Pitched 85 versus Tampa Bay, 99 versus Milwaukee. He can get up to 100 pitches. You can see one game versus the Mets. He had 101 pitches in 5 innings. If he finishes 6 innings with like 80 pitches, he's probably not going to come back, or mid-80s anyways. If he had like 78 or something, I think he'd still come back. It just depends on how the game is going, how close it's going, and which batter's coming up. Because a lot of times these teams will pull a pitcher if it's like a good matchup for a certain batter coming up. So if they know that the start of this 6th inning, Joe Ryan might get homered off of, then they're probably going to go ahead and pull him if his pitch count's getting pretty high up there. But other than that, they're going to try to push him as far as they can. He should go 6 innings tonight versus the A's, in my opinion. Head-to-head versus Oakland, he had 7 innings pitched his last game, which was last season, back in June of last season. So, anyways, I like this play a lot for Joe Ryan. You can get him on Prizepicks. You can get him on Parlay Play. We'll look at the different. I'm going to refresh this just because the text didn't load correctly. Something about my internet at 8 a.m. It is terrible. And you can see it won't even load Prizepicks right now. I don't know why it does this to me. It's kind of depressing. I'm not going to lie. Now watch it not load Prizepicks at all. But anyways, we'll come over here to Parlay Play. We're going to go to pitching outs. We're going to find Joe Ryan. And you got a 1.4x payout on this slip. So we can finally pull it up on Prizepicks after 30 seconds of trying to load the website. Pitching outs, Joe Ryan, 17.5. And then we're going to see if the value is the same or not. And as of lately, Parlay Play has been kind of pulling from Prizepicks. So they try to keep the same lines as Prizepicks, which I personally don't like. Now, Parlay Play has been my GOAT app for the last 7 or 8 months, and I still really love this app. You can see my bankroll in this app is higher on this app than I keep in pretty much any other app for a reason. So, like this platform a lot. If you guys want to use code Ryan or code Fantasy Aces when you sign up for the platform, you get a deposit match as well as a free month. I highly recommend everybody at least have it, especially for the promos and for the way that they used to do pitching outs. They used to have it where you can like buy it to wherever you want for the most part, and we've taken a lot of we've had a lot of green on those pitching outs lately, so they've kind of cut it back for us, and you can't play as much. So I'm hoping that they bring some of this back and give us a little bit more value for the rest of baseball at least. If not, then we'll take advantage of what they have, and I'll show you another platform or another out or another prop that I've been taking advantage of as well. But Joe Ryan is pick number 1. I will pull him up over here on RotoWire. We'll take a look at where look at how the other team bats versus Joe Ryan. So you can come here, you can click Joe Ryan. We can look at the starting lineup versus Joe Ryan, and you can see not many of these hitters from the A's have even seen him very much. So obviously they've had Rooker, who's 3 at-bats, 0 hits. Soderstrom, who is 5 at-bats with 2 hits. He does have 1 home run, so his OPS is at 1.5, which is really, really high. But with 5 at-bats, there's not really much you can talk about there. 5 at-bats, 1 hit, 0.4 OPS, which is really good for Joe Ryan. And then 2-0. Obviously, if the hitters haven't seen the pitcher, that is a benefit for the pitcher, so majority of the team hasn't. So Joe Ryan has a good matchup here, which is another reason I like him at 6 innings pitched. So like Joe Ryan as pick number 1. Jumping into pick number 2, this was going to be our second pitching out play. It's going to be for our man Jack Flaherty. So Flaherty is the Detroit Tigers pitcher. Detroit has been absolutely killing it tonight. They are playing against the White Sox, as you can see up here. I got Flaherty over 17.5 pitching outs. Now, if you look at Flaherty on the season, he has struggled a lot. He's averaging 16 innings pitched, or 16 outs pitched per game on the season, with only catching his 3 of 11 games, which is a 27% hit rate. But 4 of these games, he got pulled at 17. That's versus Toronto, that's versus the Angels, versus the White Sox once, and then versus the Dodgers once. So he has struggled this season for sure. His last 2 games, he went almost 7 innings versus Cleveland. Then he went a full 6 versus the Giants, which are 2 decently hitting teams. Obviously, the White Sox, one of the worst offensive teams in the league, probably the worst. Their batting average is the worst at a 219. Their OBP is bottom 3 at a 298. And their OPS is the lowest at a 631. So they don't have much slugging potential. They don't get on base very often. Obviously, they don't bat very good. The White Sox are just struggling this season, and they've been struggling for a while. But right now, this matchup for me is almost perfect. It's not going to get any better. I prefer a pitcher versus the White Sox than I would versus Colorado or any other team to me. So I get a little nervous sometimes with Colorado, because Colorado every once in a while have a game where they score like 10 runs, which seems to be whenever I'm playing the pitcher against them. But regardless, Flaherty tonight I'm really, really liking. So if you look at Flaherty on the season, he's 3-6. He has a 3.94 ERA. He has struggled, like I said, this season. He's averaging 11 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is an extremely high strikeout pitcher, well over 1 per inning. If you look at his whip, it's a 111. So he's been doing okay in certain aspects. He's just not pitching long in these games. He's been giving up a lot of runs, and that's one reason Flaherty has been getting pulled a lot. Looking at his pitch count, 92 pitches per game. He will pitch up close to 100, 108 versus Cleveland. They'll give him over 100 pitches if he's doing well. So versus the White Sox, he should do well, as long as he doesn't have one of these 30-pitch first innings like a lot of these pitchers are having. We should be fine on this one. So looking at him versus the White Sox, he's 1-0 on the season with a 1.59 ERA. He pitched 5.2 innings, and he had 11 Ks with a .88 whip. So he pitched really, really good versus the White Sox, just didn't finish 6 innings. So like this play again, head-to-head versus the White Sox, he has 3. He has 17 in 2 of those and 18 in 1 of those. So hopefully he comes out here, he gets his 18 at least tonight, and Jack Flaherty is going to be pick number 2 of the day. So let's pull him up on Parlay Play. 1.56x value. If you lock in these two, you got a 2.18x value slip. If you lock it in on Prizepicks, you would get a 2.25. So 250 on Prizepicks wins you 562. 250 on Parlay Play wins you 545. So the value is better on Prizepicks, and that is one thing I locked in on Prizepicks. I locked this slip on Prizepicks. I'm not going to relock it in. You know what? I will put 75 bucks in, because I don't have I played another round robin, so I played these two with another pitcher for a round robin on our in our Discord. So if you guys want to get the round robin like we swept last night, then join our Discord. If not, then I'm giving you this slip. So I'll just show you that I am locking it in, just to show proof. I'm only putting 75 bucks on it because I've already played it for 75 on Prizepicks, so there's no point in doing it again. I'm just literally doing this for the video. I'm not going to cancel this entry either. So I got Flaherty over 17.5, Joe Ryan over 17.5, 75 to win 163. If you guys do want to lock that in, better value is currently on Prizepicks. But anyways, that being said, that is our second pitching out play of the day. I do have a hits allowed prop, then I have 2 pitcher wins, which we'll go over right now. So this one, a little bit risky, and well, before we even jump into the risky play, let's go ahead and pull Flaherty up versus the White Sox. So we'll pull up the White Sox batting lineup, and then we'll look at how they fare versus our man Flaherty. So if you look at the OPS here, there is only one player with over a 500, which is insane. And that is for our man Talkman, who is 3 at-bats with 1 hit. Now, if you look at the rest of them, obviously a lot of them haven't seen him very much. 3 hits, 1 at-bat, or 3 at-bats, 1 hit. 8 at-bats, 1 hit, 8 at-bats, 2 hits, 4-0, 4-0, 8-0 for Luis Robert, 8-1 for Rojas. Like, they have struggled versus Flaherty. This is one reason I really like this play, which we'll come back to this here in just a minute, okay? But for now, yeah, that's just wanted to throw that out there. But anyways, the last play of the day, risky, or last non-pitcher win play of the day is really risky in my opinion. I think it cashes. I'm taking Paul Blackburn. So I'm taking Blackburn for the Mets, and I'm going to take him over hits allowed versus the Dodgers. Now, let's pull this up. His line is 4.5. I'm buying him down to 3.5. Now, if you were to look at him for his last 10 games, you'd be like, wow, this is a lock. He's cashed at 10 of his last 10, averaging 6 hits allowed over his last 10 games. If you look at him this season, he has not pitched a game this season. I don't know how deep he's going to go into this game. We will see. He could pitch 2 innings. That being said, his last game versus the Padres last season, he pitched 2.1 innings and he gave up 10 hits. So he's starting the game today. We'll see how this goes for Paul Blackburn. Obviously going against one of the best offenses in the league. Actually, the best offense versus a right-handed pitcher. Their batting average is a 273, which is ranked first. And then you can't see on-base percentage or anything like that. But anyways, best batting average right now versus a right-handed pitcher. Blackburn's probably going to get lit up unless he just comes out here and proves me wrong anyway. So I'm going to click Blackburn. We're going to see if there's any data on here. And you can see his injury knee estimated return is today. So he has been out, which is another thing that worries me a little bit. He's going to be limited. We'll see how long he pitches, but I'm taking a risk on him because honestly, going against the Dodgers, he could give up 4 hits in the first inning alone. So I'm taking my chances on this versus Ohtani. 9 at-bats versus Ohtani with 4 hits. So Ohtani obviously lights him up. Mookie Betts hasn't seen him. Freddie Freeman hasn't seen him. Hernandez has 3 at-bats with 0 hits. Conforto has 6 and 1, and then Edman has 2 and 0. So OPS, the only one over, or Conforto is pretty good. He has a homer, so his OPS is 833. But Ohtani's killed him. I could see him getting lit up in the first inning today, and I'm going to take my chances on this one. So that's going to be my last play. This was a little bit risky. If I was going to fade one, this is probably the one I would fade if I were you guys. But Blackburn over 3.5 hits allowed, which is a 1.2x, which is honestly really low payout on this one. You probably can't even get it on Prizepicks. Actually, I lied because Parlay Play probably took it from Prizepicks, so it probably is on Prizepicks. We'll find out real quick. Yep, Blackburn 3.5 brings us up to a 2.75x if you decide to play him in here. So that is there if you want to try it. So next 2 plays, I'm jumping into 2 pitcher wins. These are going to be really, really risky, guys. Once again, pitcher wins are extremely volatile. We do not have any heavy favorites today for the most part. So that means that these games could go either way. So I'm going to give you my first one. You guys probably already know. Jack Flaherty. I told you we'd come back. Jack Flaherty pitcher win is going to be my first pitcher win of the day. So looking at this, we got Detroit playing against the White Sox. I like this a lot, in my opinion. Or wait a second. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I was like, it is the White Sox, right? Am I tripping? All right, so Detroit versus the White Sox. We got this batting lineup pulled up. We've already looked at it. Chicago does not bat well versus Flaherty. Flaherty has been a struggling pitcher. But for a pitcher win, all we need is this pitcher to go 5 innings and then secure the lead while he's in the game and then not lose the lead and the team win. So we need Flaherty to come out here. We need Detroit to bat well versus the White Sox, which they honestly should. And we'll pull up batting matchups here in just a second. So Flaherty, we're going to pull up his outs, then we're going to pull up 5 innings. So how close to 5 innings has he come this season? He has cashed 5 innings in 9 of 11 games. So he's went 5 innings almost every single game. Head-to-head versus the White Sox, we've already seen this. He's pitched almost a full 6 every game versus the White Sox. So their matchup is Joe Cannon. So Joe Cannon is going to be the pitcher for the White Sox tonight. He's 2-6 on the season with a 4.15 ERA. If you look at him versus Detroit, he's 0-1 with a 7.36 ERA. So Detroit lit him up last time. He only pitched 3.2 innings this season. I think Joe Cannon gets lit up again. And we'll pull up Joe Cannon matchup here too, just to look at the Detroit batters, just to see how they fare versus Cannon. I don't think many of them seen him, or I lied completely. They've all seen him. So 2.1 OPS, 1.6, 1.61. Cannon's probably getting lit up. 7 at-bats, 4 hits, 2-1, 7-4, 7-1, set 3-1, 3-2, 4-2, 3-0, 5-0. So a lot of these batters have completely lit up Joe Cannon. I don't expect him to have a really great game again tonight. I expect him to get lit up again. Expect Flaherty to come out here and pitch lights out, and I expect that those 2 things together leading to a Jack Flaherty win for us. So love the Jack Flaherty win. If you look at it, it's plus 110 odds. If you play it on the sports book, plus 110 on DraftKings. So you guys can play it there if you wanted to. I'm going to lock it in on CHALKBOARD. I'm going to play it with something there, and then I'm going to secure the value there. But that's one of my favorite plays. Definitely my favorite pitcher win today, and I really like this play. And you can see 2 of his last 3 games versus the White Sox, he secured the pitcher win. So Jack Flaherty pitcher win is pick number 1 for pitcher wins. Then this next one is going to be for our man Max Meyer. This is the only other one I really liked, playing against Colorado. Miami versus Colorado, playing at home in Miami. Meyer is pitching against German Marquez. So Marquez is not a very good pitcher. You can see he's 1-7 on the season with a 7.13 ERA. Max Meyer is a mediocre pitcher as well, 3-4 with a 4.53 ERA. Now, Let's look at Max Meyer versus this Colorado offense. None of them have really seen him that much. 0-0. I mean, OPS on everybody is 0 except for Doyle and Moniak, who is a 1.1 and then a 500. So not much we got to really worry about. 2 at-bats, 1 hits, 1 at-bat with 1 walk is the only reason he has anything, or it would be a 0. So they don't fare well versus Max Meyer. Haven't seen him much. That being said, I like that play. If you look at the opposite side of things, we got Marquez over here. Let's take a look at the batters versus him. So none of these bat hitters have seen him as well, except for Sanchez, who has 3 at-bats, 1 hits with a 1.6 OPS with 1 home run. So he did hit a homer off of him. Other than that, there's not much data to go by other than the Marlins versus the Rockies. Marlins are 23-34. Rockies are 9-50. So even though the Marlins are not a very good team, they're still better than the Rockies, and I expect a Max Meyer dub. Max Meyer should come out here. He should be able to pitch at least 5 innings, and that being said, if he gets 5 innings, I think they beat Colorado today, so that's why I'm locking in this play. This one's more risky. If I was going to pick one, I would pick the Flaherty play for sure. If you look at Max Meyer, he's pitched 5 innings, 9 of his 11 games on the season. He got lit up his last game versus the Padres. He's not an insanely good pitcher. He doesn't have a super long leash. He's going to pitch low 90s most of the time. He did have 1 game versus the Cubs where he pitched right at 100, so he will get long enough leash to where 5 innings should be no problem versus the Rockies. Looking at the Rockies, obviously, bottom in every single category other than batting average, but 29th, 30th, 29th, 220 batting average, 284 OBP, and a 648 OPS. That being said, like Max Meyer tonight, for the second play of our pitcher wins. If you played this line, plus 120 odds if you were to play it on a sports book. But pair them together, you got like a 4X on those two. I'll probably play it and lock it in and get that play posted in the Discord here shortly. But those are our plays for today, guys. So we have Joe Ryan over 17.5 pitching outs, Jack Flaherty over 17.5 pitching outs, Paul Blackburn over 3.5 hits allowed. Then we have Jack Flaherty pitcher win. And then we have Max Meyer pitcher win if you want to play those. But anyways, hope you guys cash out. Make sure you leave a like and comment on this video for a chance at free VIP. Sorry I got this video out a little bit later, but hope you guys have an awesome day. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video after we get that sweep because I can feel it coming today.